Hey, hey, hey. Hey, guys. I just wanted to shoot the ish right now as my family has gone to church. So I have the house to myself. And I have an announcement. Not really a big deal, but I got my phone back. If you didn't watch my previous Shoot the Ish live stream, you will know that I left my phone on a boat in Lake Tahoe. And I've been tracking it for days and it's kind of been all over the place. And we were able to contact the owner of the boat and the boat rental company, and it made its way back to my hands yesterday. So it was really funny. I think that everything happens for a reason. And I kind of think that I needed to not have my phone last week, probably for less distraction. I don't know. Because I had, like, I don't know about you guys, but last week was emotionally heightened for me. A lot of emotions were coming up, a lot of symptoms were coming up, a lot of sensations, a lot of purging and feedback and communication, somatic, emotionally, mentally, everything. And I think I felt it probably helped to feel the full brunt of all of that stuff that was ready to release, or to be witnessed and processed and released without another device to be distracted by. It's just so funny. I know I was on my phone this morning and I was like, I kind of don't like this. Like, I like not starting my day without the phone. So I just wanted to come on here and shoot the ish. Whoever wants to come on, welcome. I just talk about anything and what's going on, and then if you ask questions, we can, Q&A, we can do that. But really, it's just to hang and just to touch base with you guys, whoever's watching. So yeah, my sister, my youngest sister, if you know my story, the one who moved in with us for 2 years. She lived with us for 2 years at the height of the chronic illness shebang period of my life, when it was like really, really bad, in a wheelchair, like could not do anything, could not. She is having her first baby. They got married in February of 2024, so last year, and now they're having a baby, a girl. So her baby shower is yesterday at the park. See, you can kind of see the picture. Me and my daughter, we were wearing matching dresses because my daughter likes to match me in everything now, which is so fun. So we had a great day. Yeah, it was like super chill. The weather was perfect. We did games, which were hilarious. Kids got to play at the park and everyone hung out. We had good food. We had Hawaiian barbecue and it was great. And it just made me realize it's been so interesting going through this mind body recovery journey and having to hit like participate in big milestones. Like when my sister got married, they had a big destination wedding. We had to travel. I was a matron of honor with my other sister and do all the things involved with that. So it's been very crazy, let me say, to be on your own recovery journey and then life is happening at the same time, and really joyous things, also, really hard things. Like, we've had tragedies, we've lost people on my own recovery journey, and navigating the life stuff that will not stop because this is life, but then also being on your own private little recovery journey that people kind of think that, like, they kind of know something's going on with you, but they don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I really love these days where my family's gone. And if you watch my videos, I say it often, because a lesson that has come to light during this whole journey has been intentionally carving out time for myself. Like, my son was asking me the other day, he was like, why don't you go like, why don't you go with us to these things anymore? Why don't you go, with us to these things? And he's 10, right? So I can kind of rationalize with him and give him the real deal. And I told him, I was like, cool. I won't say his name, but whatever. I told him, um, when does mommy have mommy time? And he thought about it, and his eyes kind of lit up because he realized, like, oh yeah, you kind of don't, huh? Especially when you have multiple children, then they have needs, and there's things you have to do. There's a lot of responsibility that comes with raising a family, as we always say. And this is conscious knowledge. Everyone knows this, but unless you're actually in it, um, it you don't notice that you're on autopilot a lot of the time until like something catastrophic happens, like chronic illness, or whatever happens that kind of jolts you awake and wakes you up and makes you look at your life. And so, especially now in seasons with little children, I always talk about this. Like, it is very demanding. I don't want that to be the truth, because I know there are women and men out there, husbands and wives and parents, who are killing it. They figured out their system. They figured out how to work together in the best way that serves their family, that serves their relationship, that serves themselves. And if I were to be honest, my husband and I did not have that awareness. So we were kind of just, right? We were spinning our wheels, trying to do this, blah, 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 all of it. And then, but when we took a step back, when life forced us to take a step back and look at, okay, let's look at the results here. You got one of us doing chronic illness. You got one of us that's, he's been going through his own thing. You got the kids like freaking out, like all of that it's all feedback, as I always say. So we had to be like, okay, things need to change. A lot of dynamics have to change. So that's where we're at right now. And that's why we've been seeking our own, you guys know my story. I've been trying all kinds of different things, which also leads me to like, should I stop posting on YouTube? Should I stop making videos? And should I stop shooting the ish? And should I just like pause this? Because I also had this thought of like, am I reinforcing this chronic illness identity by talking about it on here? So I'm working with that too. I'm working on that too, because I don't want to reinforce an identity. If anything, the latest thing that I've been teaching my brain is, we don't need to do this anymore. Like, thank you, but no thank you. I don't need you anymore. I'm talking to my brain and its protective mechanisms and the symptoms. I'm like, I don't need you anymore. Like, I am aware that previously I have provided the messaging that I couldn't handle the things in my life. But I have learned that is false. Okay, here, this is a message for you if you happen to be watching this. You are absolutely capable of handling everything that life is throwing at you and all your responsibilities. You are capable. You may feel, your ego feels like you're not capable for whatever reason. It's learned, right? Or you're like, it comes from a sense of fear and overwhelm. But that's not the truth. The truth is, you are capable. You just feel like you're not capable of handling certain things. But really, in those really resistant, like moments of resistance, when you really feel like you cannot, a lot of the time it's just taking a step back, taking a deep breath with a long exhale, and then leaning into the truth of, no, I can handle this. I am capable. One moment at a time. I can live for the next moment. I can live for the next 5 moments. I can handle the next 10 minutes. It's just our ego thinks we can't handle it. And that's like a lot of the rewiring that needs to happen. Is there's a part of us that really feels like we can't go on, but that's not the truth. The truth is you can. The self is saying we can. This is just a very, very uncomfortable moment, but you can handle it. You just kind of have to just sit in it incrementally until you build that resilience and you build that tolerance, is what I found. So anytime, if you random message, if you just happen on this video, you can handle it. You can handle anything. We were built that way. We were designed that way. And when you feel that resistance that you can't, just take a deep breath and lean into the truth that no, I can handle this. It's just really uncomfortable. But let me take a deep breath here. Let me prolong this minute. Let me prolong this 30 seconds and prove to my brain that I can handle this. I am capable. So why did I bring that up? Yeah, that's just a lesson I've learned recently. And just, it's the lesson that's been doubling down lately too is thank you, Heather McKean from Mind Change. We've had an exchange in our Facebook student community group, which was very insightful for me, helped me kind of knock me back into shape, so to speak. But she was saying, if you're dealing with chronic illness and you're trying to rewire your brain, she reminded me that to do chronic illness, if you're doing it, see, this is mind change jargon. If you're doing chronic illness, because believe it or not, and this is not like a fault, like it's not your fault, it's not, whatever. But for whatever reason, your brain is doing it. Like, please do not get offended if you don't understand, the science behind all of this. I'm not going to explain it here, but there's so many, go look at Mind Change and go look at Dr. John Sarno and all these subconscious mind-body connection people for the information and education if you need it. But essentially you are doing illness. A lot of the time it's a protective mechanism because your subconscious brain that you don't have conscious access to, your subconscious brain has perceived a threat, it's perceived danger, it feels like it's basically overwhelmed. It's like, oh my God, there's so much, like you are carrying so much stress and it's been a really long time. This is threat level midnight, major, major danger here. So we're going to shut you down to keep you safe because you have proven to us with your emotions, with your beliefs, internal chaos, basically. For good reason, though, like you have signaled to us that we need to shut down and we need to slow down because we cannot keep going on. That's what your subconscious brain thinks, right? So it throws all these symptoms. It tries to keep you like living in a small little bubble because it's trying to keep you safe. So we are doing it to ourselves. And I'm not saying this as like, oh, it's all your fault. No, absolutely. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. Do not live in shame anymore. Do not live in shame or blaming, self-blame and or blaming others. We don't do that anymore. So let me gather my thoughts here. What am I trying to say? Oh, yeah. So Heather McKean reminded me that to do chronic illness takes so much energy. It takes so much time. It takes so much skill. You think about it, right? To make yourself small, basically, and safe, keeping you confined in your home, in your bed, on your couch. I know it's super ironic because I'm on my couch right now, but I am going to go run errands in a bit and take care of chores and stuff. But it takes so much to do illness. And when you are on this mind-body journey, you start to learn that you had autonomy and that you were actually a really powerful manifester, not in the woo-woo sense, but like You create your world, you build your life, you build your reality. It's coming from your brain and how you perceive, like whatever's you're perceiving and whatever's going on internally is what it comes out externally. It's physics, right? It's quantum physics. Um so it just made me remember that, okay, if I'm doing chronic illness, and then I am clearly doing way too much, I am expending so much energy continuing to do this illness and do these chronic symptoms, when I could, in my autonomy, in my power that we all have, that was given to us by God, if you believe in that, because it's true, I can choose to stop doing this, to like stop doing too much, and release this need to do the illness anymore, because I don't need it to fill whatever need it is. And I can't answer that for you. I don't know what need, right? And it's the idea of secondary gains, right? Like, whether you believe it or not, we are getting something out of this illness. It's serving us in whatever way. Like, maybe we have an inherent need to feel special because we felt overlooked our whole lives, So then doing this illness thing is like our special thing. It sounds crazy, right? But like, just like take a step back and just consider this, right? Like, we may be doing this illness because we want to be seen in a special light. Like, that has always been a need, because maybe our parents couldn't fulfill that emotional need of just like basic, like, see me as a human, hear me as a human, like validate my personal needs, like be there for me. Maybe we didn't have that. So this illness is the brain's kind of maladaptive, super maladaptive way, in order to get this need of, I need to feel special and I need to feel like I am unique, because that's the only way that people are going to notice me, Well, who knows what the brain is doing? Like, your story is going to be different from mine, and there's so many layers to this. So I think the point I'm trying to make here is what is the point I'm trying to make here? The point I'm trying to make here is, this illness is serving us in some way. It's helping us to avoid, like, an easy one. It's giving us an out of responsibilities that we're either don't want to do, or we feel overwhelmed by, because we feel like we can't do it. But like I just mentioned earlier, we're so capable of handling anything and everything. We haven't been taught that we are. And because of how you feel, right? Just physically, if you don't feel the greatest, then that reinforces this idea that we can't handle it. So yeah, it's like a whole mess of things, this whole thing. And that's why I don't blame people that are on this journey, because it makes, like, the symptoms make a really great case for feeling like you can't do anything and you can't break out of it. I get it. But the truth is, and I'm leaning into the truth of this myself on my own journey, is we are absolutely so capable. We're so powerful. We're so powerful. This is what Heather McKean talks about in her Mind Change book. And like in all the mind body connection books, they kind of, the literature, they kind of allude to this. We are so freaking powerful that we've created these very powerful, strong symptoms, like, for whatever reason that the symptoms thinks that we need. Like, it thinks we need to slow down. It thinks we need to break out of certain relationships or groups. It thinks that we're doing too much. It thinks you're in the wrong job. It thinks it can't handle life. So this whole brain rewiring journey is to teach your brain, like, yes, we can handle life. And also, yes, I may not have been listening to you and doing things that I don't want to do. So let's make some tweaks there. Like, yes, brain, yes, heart, I get it. Thank you for the messages. I heed your warnings. I promise I have your back now. I understand. I know. I'm so sorry. I didn't have your back before, but now I'm starting, I really want to listen. And then we kind of, at least for me, like that in and of itself, like that realization took me years to get to. And now I'm in a point where I'm like, okay, I get what you've been saying to me. I'm pretty sure I'm getting it. I may not get it perfect, brain, but I think I understand what you've been trying to tell me. And now I need to earn your trust. Because the truth is, our brains don't trust that we have its best interest in mind because we've self abandoned so much in the past, right? You people pleasers. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm like, okay, brain, messages received. I'm not the best yet at, pinpointing exactly what the problem is here that you're trying to communicate. I'm learning. However, I really think you can dial it back, and we don't need to do illness anymore. Like, I'm going to, if this is your way of trying to push me to do more things that I love, like, you know, I love being on YouTube, actually. I love making videos, singing, playing, like getting outside. Or when I say playing, like playing instruments and playing games, um, going into music again. And like, if this is your way of trying to shush me over into doing, things that I actually really, that lights me up, then okay, I get it. I understand. I hear your messaging. Thank you so much for getting my attention. But now, you can kindly back off. Like, I promise I will, like, I am more aware now. And thank you. Thank you for your consideration. So yeah, that's kind of where. Hi, Tasha. Good morning. The survival pattern your body runs every time, it all feels the same. We keep living in the same old stories. Yes, our brains think that we can't handle things. But that's just the ego. The ego thinks we can't handle things because we learn from people around us and early on that, oh, certain people can't handle things. No, the truth is, our self knows that our true self knows we can absolutely handle things. We handle things until we die, you know? So, yeah, that's been a lesson for me, for sure. For sure. Do you hear how quiet my house is right now? Whoever is watching this, if you ever watch this, Tasha and I, like, we're friends, so we text each other and we leave voice messages, and like, you should hear our voice messages have like our kids screaming in the background, like TV on or whatever. At least from my side, the TV's on. I got a screen on. So, Tasha, listen, it's so quiet and it's lovely, and it's great too because I haven't had time to myself like this in a while. I can't even remember the last time because yeah, Jay took a sabbatical from church this past month. So he went back today. He took the kids. And so I haven't had this time, and it's been great. I've been journaling because so many things, Tasha, so many things have come to light. So I've been journaling it out, getting my thoughts in order, and then also decompressing from yesterday because it was this is something I didn't realize before illness, was that I really, really, I'm such an introvert. So I really need like real decompression time. And so this has been lovely. It's been very healing for my nervous system, or soothing to my nervous system, because it just needs to come down from all the excitement. But I think before, I didn't have that awareness, and it was always go, 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 go. Like, and I thought at one point, I thought that I was starting to become an extrovert, but I've learned that for me, I think, especially if whoever's watching this, if you know human design and you're a projector, you're like an introvert. You need a lot of decompression time just to, like, charge your own battery, so to speak. So yeah, I feel really good. Like, took a shower. I feel fresh. Symptoms equal protection. Yep. It's all well intentioned, which is the crazy part. That's why we can't combat these chronic symptoms with you know, like it's like a child and a parent. If the child is hurting and the parent comes at the child with more criticism, you know, with more shame, with more blame, what the frick is the child supposed to do? What fighting chance does a child have to learn how to soothe itself? I mean, it can't. A child can't soothe itself. That's why it has to co-regulate with an adult. But if the adult is coming at it with, "Oh, why are you like this? Like, get your shit together," like, no, that's not how we approach it, right? We've clearly learned that doesn't work. Um, so it's just more like, oh, okay, I see you. I see that you're hurting. But I will say there's a caveat to that too. There needs to be a little tough love directive also, because if the child keeps wallowing in pain, that's not helpful either, and that's not co-regulation, because there's another element to that with co-regulating is, yes, you see the pain, you see, that your child is distressed, right? And we're talking about like child as a metaphor for the amygdala brain, for the inner child, for the subconscious brain. But you do with a child, yes, you validate their pain and you're there, you sit with it, sit with them as they experience it. But then comes a directive where you have to, you validate, and then you say, okay, and this is what we're going to do next. Like yes, you feel this pain right now, but also I need to direct you to the truth that you can handle this. Like, there's a lesson here and we can work through what that lesson is, but the main thing is knowing that you're safe, you're okay, and you are capable and you can handle this. And so that's what I find, there's a balance there. It's like, yes, you validate what you're feeling because it's important, and then there needs to be a directive after that. And the directive could be, okay, there's an action that we need to take so this doesn't happen again. Or we can learn from it and release whatever this emotion is and then move on. Or what's that third thing? I always talk about this. Yeah, it's either when you're triggered, and when the feedback or the proper response to it is one of three things. It's you have to confront something, you have to change something, or you have to let this trigger or whatever the feeling it is that it triggers, release it and let go. So yeah, I think that's what I've come up with. Tasha, what you doing today if you're still on here? Let's see. Yeah, so guys, I don't know. I might stop doing YouTube for a bit. Because I don't know. I don't know if I'm reinforcing things. But also, it really does feed my need to be creative and express very pure, very current, on the nose life lessons and realizations. So I like to document all this stuff too. We will see what I end up with. I don't know. But yeah. And then I hear, for my little like energy people, I hear that we're in eclipse season. Apparently that helps to shed a lot of old things and let go of a lot of old things. We are, I think tonight is like the blood moon or something like that, which is supposed to be cosmically and energetically very powerful. So yeah. Wow, I'm at 29 minutes. All right, you guys, I am going to call it a day. I have to go run some errands. And 49ers play today. I hope they win. Go 49ers. Oh, Jake Moody, you really scare me because I don't know. I don't know what I don't know if your kicks are gonna make it. Oh, and I got text messages coming through. Okay. All right, you guys. I wish you guys a great Sunday. Yeah, hang in there. Like, take control. Like, harness the power that you have that's doing this illness, and just signal to your brain. Do things that signals to your brain, like, hey, we don't need this anymore. Like, we don't. Thank you, but no thank you. All right, you guys. I'll see you later. Bye.